Another beautiful day. Welcome to the platform of hope. Compassion versus passion. Compassion is our emotion getting the betterment of us. Even though we understand the reason for the seasons, we allow our emotion to get the betterment of us. And when we allow our emotion to get the betterment of us, we make wrong decisions. We make bad choices against the passion to serve. So any connection via relationship must complement the passion. The passion has nothing to do with you. Our passion on earth to serve has to do with the calling on our lives, and is only via the leading of God we are able to accomplish the passion to serve. So the connections with individual, don't zoom on it via love. The word love can be extremely misleading. We have to try to create that balance via the passion to serve through the eyes of God. Is the choice that we make, would that complement the passion of our calling? It is very important. Just reflect on when Jesus Christ came on earth. And the good book, the Bible, tells us how he made his move. Most of his move, his parents were not around him, lest they become compassionate, lest they allow the emotion to get the betterment of them, to allow them to interfere with the calling of Jesus on earth. And so many times when we don't understand the calling of one's life, we allow our emotion to get the betterment of us. The compassion want us to think otherwise, say otherwise, do otherwise. And thus our relationship gets all messed up, because we allow our compassion to get the betterment of us via what we think, via what we feel, and against what God is saying to us via the passion that we're called into to serve. So we blunder. My life has been a testimony where, when I was so compassionate, think that I was in love when I was not in love. The catch of it is when children became a part of the setup. So we make decision how we feel, being compassionate, concerned about the children and what will happen when the parents are not together, not understand that it wasn't about that. They came in the picture for whatever reason, but the last word came from God. So I decided via the compassion and focusing on the children, for a stable life, when the stability wasn't about the compassion. So I decided to tap into taking it to a next level by marrying, thinking that was the solution, when it was the disaster, because it was the compassionate move against the passion that was on my life through the eyes of God. So when we compromise our feelings, we set up ourselves in relationship. And it is very important. So my analogy to anyone, never you allow your compassion to get the betterment of you, especially when children are involved. For me, I encourage persons, if you're in a relationship and a child comes in the picture, do not climax into anything further unless the last word comes from God. Never tie a knot because of a child or children involved. Make sure that the last word comes from God, because our passion to serve, the two-party personality may not mesh. Remember that we culture differently. The culture of our upbringing differs. So when we allow our compassion to get the betterment of us over our passion through the eyes of God, it will create disaster for us in the long run. We don't see it now, but we're going to see it later on in life when we start to play out. When it starts to play out. So I must encourage us this morning. Be aware of your compassion versus your passion to serve. Your passion to serve is through the eyes of God. So the first thing you're going to ask God, God, what is my calling? What's my purpose in life? When you understand your purpose in life and you start to unwind the stuff in the eyes spiritually, then you have to be able to allow him to choose for you, not allowing your passion, your compassion to get the betterment of you. So be mindful. Be mindful, not allowing your compassion to get the betterment of you, standing in your calling via the leading of God. Blessings and love always.